Josh Hartnett fought 12 stunt guys in an airplane bathroom, the size of a phone booth. The camera rig broke 8 times. The set collapsed twice. 3 stunt performers went to hospital. The director called it physically impossible. Until they rebuilt the entire set 3 different times. These were just some of the challenges from Fight or Flight. Critics call it a joyfully silly premise with brutal, bone-crunching combat. How do you film this kind of action in a space 17 inches wide? The solution revolutionized action filmmaking. Today, we show you exactly how they did it, the techniques, the failures, the breakthroughs that made the year's most unexpected action hit possible. Planes, fights, and movie magic, the old way. Okay, filming fights on planes sounds tricky, but movies have done it before, right? Think about Air Force One, or Snakes on a Plane. They had action scenes inside airplanes. So what makes Fight or Flight so special? Those older films face the same challenge. Airplanes are tight spaces. To film action, they used clever tricks. Sets often looked like planes but had removable sections. Walls or ceilings could be moved to make room for cameras. Think of it like a fixed puzzle. You could remove a piece here or there, but the overall structure remained rigid. They also relied on camera work. Quick editing cuts and specific angles helped hide the cramped reality, focusing on actors rather than the full environment. This created the illusion of action without needing much space. Look at Air Force One again. Its big fights often happened in larger areas like the cargo hold, or used fast editing to bypass the tight main cabin constraints. These methods worked. They proved action could be filmed on a plane. But the team behind Fight or Flight wanted something different. They aimed for action that felt much closer, more raw, unfolding right in the narrow aisles and passenger seats. They needed to film long, continuous takes showing the whole fight without cutting away. Seeing the limitations of the older techniques, the removable walls and camera tricks, they realized those methods wouldn't work for the intense, close-up fighting they envisioned. It was like needing a dynamic Lego set instead of that fixed puzzle, something far more adaptable. How did Fight or Flight achieve this? Consider one key scene involving a simple drinks cart. Filming the complex action around that cart demanded completely new thinking. It required technology and set design far beyond what older films used, forcing them to innovate. Before throwing any punches, they had to build the perfect environment for their action, a highly adaptable, complex set unlike anything used before. Building the unbuildable, the Fight or Flight airplane set. So how do you build a huge airplane set where cameras can go absolutely anywhere, even right in the middle of a giant fight scene? That was the big question. The director, James Madigan, knew what he needed. He needed total freedom inside that plane. The walls, the ceiling panels, even the rows of seats, everything had to be designed to move out of the way. But here's the tricky part. It still had to look and feel exactly like the inside of a real airplane. It couldn't look fake or flimsy on camera. The challenge was making something appear solid like a real plane's fuselage, yet designed to break apart cleverly and quickly. Instead of one large tube, the team built the set modularly, separate cockpit, galley, and cabin sections that could be pulled away from each other, adapting the space for different scenes. Inside these sections, almost everything was designed for removal. Walls could slide out, ceiling panels lifted away, and rows of seats sat on special tracks with quick-release locks. Crew members could unlatch and slide out entire seat rows rapidly. Critically, all these mechanisms were hidden to maintain the illusion of a normal plane on camera. Speed was essential. Parts needed to be removed and replaced within minutes between takes. This required simple, fast attachments and lighter materials, like specialized plastics or metals, that mimicked the real look but were easier for the crew to handle safely. This level of flexibility was a significant leap from older sets where perhaps only a single wall panel was removable. Here, the plan involved nearly everything being mobile, the entire ceiling grid, multiple wall sections, and whole seat rows. This gave the director unprecedented filming options. Special overhead tracks hidden above the ceiling allowed cameras and lights to hang and slide anywhere, eliminating floor clutter. Even sections of the floor could be removed for low-angle shots. The quick-release parts and sliding elements operated smoothly and quietly, facilitating fast changes between takes. This custom airplane set enabled long, complex action shots flowing through the cabin, shots impossible in a real plane or on a conventional set. The set itself became integral to capturing the action. Okay, they built this amazing movable box, the stage was set, but now, how did they actually film the intense chaos planned inside it? 17 inches of fury, stunts and cameras in the cage. Okay, so Josh Hartnett has to fight 12 other guys. Where? Inside a tiny airplane bathroom. That space is crazy small. How do you even get a camera in there? Forget about filming a whole fight scene. It seems impossible. The director wanted action that felt totally real. He wanted it to feel brutal and very tight, making you feel trapped. No fast camera cuts to hide what was happening. He wanted long takes, showing complex fight moves play out. But regular movie cameras are big and heavy. Standard fight moves need space. Think big kicks or wide punches. Those don't work in an airplane aisle, some barely 17 inches wide. Everything had to change for this movie. The gear, the fighting style, everything. To capture the intensity, they needed innovative solutions for this cinematic pressure cooker. Standard cameras were too cumbersome. Special, smaller camera setups were developed, moving like nimble athletes through the chaos. These rigs could weave intimately through a fight, following the action closely without disrupting it, plunging the viewer right into the claustrophobic environment. The stunt team adapted, creating contained choreography. This meant designing fight moves specifically for extremely tight quarters. Forget spinning kicks. Think short, sharp, brutal hits using elbows, knees, and anything nearby. Actors slammed opponents into seats, grabbed overhead bins, and weaponized drink carts. The confined space became integral to the fight choreography itself. Josh Hartnett underwent rigorous preparation, training for 6 weeks. This involved mastering the unique, contained choreography within the narrow plane set, learning how to fight effectively without hitting walls, making it look real while ensuring safety. Hartnett performed his own stunts, a significant physical undertaking he hadn't tackled in nearly 2 decades. He learned the short, sharp moves and how to navigate the lack of space. Hartnett also incorporated what he termed the barbiturate aspect into certain fights, adding an unpredictable edge to his character's actions during these intense moments. One major challenge was filming an extended single shot following Hartnett through multiple fights, including the intense bathroom brawl. Imagine the coordination, no cuts, the camera tracking him down the aisle, into the tiny bathroom, capturing every blow, then back out. This sequence pushed Hartnett, the stunt team, and the camera crew to their limits, testing the specialized gear. How did they manage these complex fights in such tight confines? It was a blend of the agile cameras accessing tight spots, the actors' mastery of the contained moves, and clever use of the set. Removable walls and seats, hidden just outside the frame, allowed the camera to float through the aisle or peek around corners, facilitated by hidden ceiling tracks. This created smooth, long takes without visually expanding the claustrophobic setting. The most dangerous moment involved a stunt mixing complex wire work with intense hand-to-hand combat near set pieces designed to break apart. The risk of serious injury was incredibly high if timing was even slightly off. Picture someone pulled by a wire towards a collapsing wall, or fighters grappling near seats meant to shatter on impact. Perfect synchronization was demanded from the actor on the wire, the fighters, the wire rig crew, and those triggering the set destruction. It required absolute focus and skill from the entire team to execute safely while delivering on-screen chaos. Fight or Flight built the plane around the action, fundamentally changing how these movies are made. The tight limits sparked creative solutions, pushing the crew towards new filming methods like removable sets and unique contained fights. Josh Hartnett even did his own stunts after 20 years. This film proved constraints fuel groundbreaking techniques, leaving a legacy for action filmmaking. What impossible movie setting will filmmakers conquer next? Tell us in the comments. Subscribe to Movies Unbound for more deep dives like this. See you on the next one.